start counting. From 1, 2, 35, 45, 55, 59, and 60.
Family and friends of the former Director of Special Services Security Matters in the Office of the Chief of Staff, Morakinyo Akinriade, gathered to celebrate his 60th birthday and retirement from the Lagos State Public Service. Celebrating his diligence and commitment, the wife of the governor, Dr. Ibijoke Sanwo-Olu, and the chief of staff to the governor, Tayo Ayinde, commended his remarkable contributions during his years of active service.
On behalf of all the good people of Lagos State, I say a very big thank you to you, sir. We have a man here that is so passionate about his work, very diligent in what he does. A man after God's heart.
Mr. Morakinyo Akinriade was the director of DSS in my office before he retired. He left indelible mark in the office of the Chief of Staff. Before now, we did not have a mechanic workshop in the office of the Chief of Staff in Lagos State. He proposed the construction of the mechanic workshop, he initiated it, and today the mechanic workshop is about 75 completion.
One after the other, guests and former colleagues shared fond memories and experiences working with the celebrants.
For your support, our dear pastor, and as Olori Obi of Omoya Ilepo, we say thank you to you. We honor you today for the selfless service you rendered. You know, as the officer under you, have looked at you and I've seen the glory of God. You know, for someone to lead or to be a coordinator of the security operatives, you know, it's a beautiful challenge. And I know God has given him the wisdom.
Oga is somebody that you can always walk up to. He provides the necessary guidance on professional matters. And thank you very much for all you do for us at the task force. They also come to our Oshodi yard to look at some of the things they do.
Actually, Mr. Akinriade was my boss when he was at Lagos Television. The same PMB brought us into the service, and I worked with him directly. He was my immediate boss. And I can say that he was so dedicated. He's someone that is so meticulous. When you write for him, he dots the I's and cross the T's. He was so meticulous. And I can also say that he's a God-fearing person. He brings God factor into everything that he does.
Mr. Akinriade at the Office of Chief of Staff in 2019. And since then, we've been together till I retired in 2024. Mr. Akinriade, or Pastor Bishop Akinriade now, is a super person. He is a great man, a great role model, and is loved by everybody in the service. That's what is spent in the service is just not the passing of life, not just the passing of years, is service exemplified with dedication and passion. He really did his best. He's a good leader and he's a role model. I will give it to him anytime. He's a man. His humanity is something else.
Akinriade has been a wonderful worker. He has contributed immensely to the Lagos State government. Highly dedicated, committed, interpersonal relationship, super, and very intelligent. I wish him all the best. In his retirement, I pray he will not retire into penury, he will not retire into sickness, he will not retire into death. God will continue to be with him and lift him up beyond human comprehension.
The celebrant, who unveiled 2 books titled God Factor in the Journey of Life and Handbook of Success, gave insight into the inspiration and purpose behind the publications.
Conceived the idea of writing these books about 20 years ago, but I said I will not really conclude it until I'm about to retire. And that is what has informed me in putting things together to ensure that the book is fully completed. The first one is God Factor in the Journey of Life. When you look at the journey of life from the cradle, even up to the time you started your professional work career, it has not been easy at all. But God Almighty has been there for us. Retiring as Director of Special Services, Security Matters in the state. And I want to assure you that it is not stopping there, because for God to have taken charge in my life from the cradle to this time, I need to give back to that God. I need to give back to humanity. I need to give back to the society, to serve God through service to the humanity.
Akinriade advised active public servants to continue contributing their quota to the development of the state, urging them to uphold integrity, dedication, and excellence in the discharge of their duties.
The advice I have for those in service is that they should not rest on their oars. They must not relent. They must put in their best. They must ensure that only the best is good for them. They must serve the state passionately. They must serve the state diligently. There were times when I was in Loma as client services, the director, client services. I had a big picture. The big picture was that I must do more for the state, more than my predecessors, more than those that had been there. And I took the revenue generating drive at that time with the strategic team, revenue generating team that I set up. I met 5 teams on debt recovery when I got there. 2 teams on debt recovery in Loma. I expanded it to 5, from 5 to 10, from 10 to 15, from 15 to 20, then 25. Then I now saw that I had overstretched their capacity in order to generate revenue for the state. And I made sure that I blocked many loopholes and leakages at that time through strategic ideas. I was able to make a whooping sum of 1,046 million in 3 weeks, 2 weeks before we were deployed out. And I made the amount of revenue being generated at that time at 250, between 200 to 250 million naira a month. So I took it to 450 million. Yes, there were months I made 495 million for the state. And no cover, of course, they had to pay directly to the covers of the state government. And really that earned me accolades when I finished from the then head of service, who said I should be deployed to the office of the chief of staff.
45, 55, 59, and 60.
Morakinyo Akinriade joined the Lagos State Broadcasting Corporation on April 11, 1994 as the Personnel Officer 1, rising through the ranks to become Director of Administration and Human Resources at Lagos Television. He was later deployed to the mainstream service in 2016, where he served in various ministries, departments, and agencies before retiring as Director of Special Services Security Matters in the office of the Chief of Staff after 31 years of dedicated service to Lagos State.
that ends our show tonight. In case you'd like us to cover your event, contact the number on your screen. Until I come your way next time, I am Christiana Akpanishile. Good night.